ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ तपोभिः क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते। Let us chant from 29. स्वबोधे नान्यबोधे च। स्वबोधे नान्यबोधे च
स्वबोधे नान्यबोधे च
बोधरूपतयात्मनः
बोधरूपतयात्मनः
न दीपस्यान्यदीपेच्छ
न दीपस्यान्यदीपे च
यथा स्वात्मप्रकाशने
यथा स्वात्मप्रकाशने
निषिध्य निखिलोपाधीन्
निषिध्य निखिलोपादीन्
नेति नेतीति वाक्यतः
नेति नेतीति वाक्यतः
विद्यादैक्यं महावाक्यैः
विद्यादैक्यं महावाक्यैः
जीवात्मपरमात्मनोः
जीवात्मपरमात्मनोः
आविद्यकं शरीरादि
आविद्यकं शरीरादि
दृश्यं बुद्बुदवत्क्षरम्
दृश्यं बुद्बुदवत्क्षरम्
एतद्विलक्षणं विद्यात्
एतद्विलक्षणं विद्यात्
अहं ब्रह्मेति निर्मलम्
अहं ब्रह्मेति निर्मलम्
देहान्यत्वान्न मे जन्म जरा कार्श्यलयादयः
देहान्यत्मान्न मे जन्म जरा काश्यलयादयः
शब्दादिविषयैः सङ्गः
शब्दादिविषयै सङ्गः
निरिन्द्रियतया न च
निरिन्द्रियतया न च
अमनस्त्वान्न मे दुःखरागद्वेषभयादयः
अमनस्त्वान्न मे दुःखरागद्वेषभयादयः
अप्राणो ह्यमनः शुभ्रः
अप्राणो ह्यमनः शुभ्रः
इत्यादि श्रुतिशासनात्
इत्यादि श्रुतिशासनात्.
I think I have to give the translation for this last shloka, no? Yeah. Because I am not my mind, because I am not my mind.
This is for 33, Guruji.
Correct. Amanastvat name dukkaraga. Because I am not my mind, I have no suffering, comma. I have no suffering, desire, aversion, or fear. Suffering, desire, aversion, or fear. Full stop. Indeed, Vedas declare that Atma has neither prana nor the mind. Atma has neither prana nor the mind, comma, is pure, and so forth. Atma has neither prana nor the mind, comma, is pure, and so forth. Because I am not my mind, I have no suffering, desire, aversion, or fear. Indeed, Vedas declare that Atma has neither prana nor the mind, is pure, and so forth. Okay. Okay, next shloka. Nirguṇo niṣkriyo nityaha.
Nirguno nishkriyo nityah.
Nirvikalpo niraṃjanaḥ.
Nirvikalpo niraṃjanaḥ.
Nirvikāro nirākāro.
Nirvikāro nirākāro.
Nityamukto'smi nirmalaḥ.
Nityamukto'smi nirmalaḥ.
Nirguṇo niṣkriyo nityah.
Nirguno nishkriyo nityah.
Nirvikalpo niraṃjanaḥ.
Nirvikalpo niraṃjanaḥ.
Nirvikāro nirākāro.
Nirvikāro nirākāro.
Nityamukto'smi nirmalaḥ.
Nityamukto'smi nirmalaḥ.
Yeah.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
So now the gears are being changed, or rather we are shifting gears, so to speak. Shifting gears. Shifting gears means, don't ask me if you're going from second gear to third gear or fourth gear. Is it going up or down? You don't ask me. Shifting gears means that the pace is, not pace also, I should not say pace. Something has changed. Something has changed. The tone has changed. Let's put it that way. We're shifting from one section to another section. That's about it. Look at the word asmi. There is a word asmi in this shloka. So the question is, I hope you all spotted the word asmi. Asmi. Okay. Asmi in Sanskrit means am. Aham asmi. Understood. I am. I am is understood. So here, it is now the student responding as though the student is responding. That means what? The teaching is over. The main teaching is over. Main teaching is over. So what is the main teaching? For that, we have to go to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihat. Okay, Brihat, make a note of this number. 2.4.5. That's famous story between Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi. All of you know the story about how Yajnavalkya decides to walk away from his kingdom. I think everybody knows this, right? Anybody who does not know this story? Okay, I don't see anybody raising their hands. All right, good. So that story is important to us because a man who is highly accomplished decides to walk away from the fame, from the name, everything. It's difficult to live like that, because when everybody is praising you and everybody wants you also to be the leader and you're the king, and then this guy decides, I'm going to walk away. And then when that dialogue is happening, then at the end, towards the end of the dialogue, it's not complete teaching. Just there's a teaching where it says, hey, you are Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. It simply says, hey, you love things for your own sake, not for the things' sake. Like that, he concludes. You love your husband for the husband's sake. No, you love your husband for your own sake. This switch happens, and that's all he's giving. He doesn't really, there's no teaching per se. Teaching has just started. And so there he concludes. He concludes by saying, Atma va are Maitreyi, Atma va are Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. So there's a word Drashtavyaha in between. Atma has to be seen. Seen. How? Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. This is the canon for us. For Advaita Vedanta, this is the canon. Canon means what? It's important. It gets repeated again and again in all other Upanishads. Atma must be seen. Where does Shankaracharya say that here? In this Atmabodha, somewhere we should say, no? Seen means what? Hey, seen means we understand very well that it must be understood. It must be known. Atma must be known. Knowing and seeing are identical in this Shastra. Depending on the context, seeing can be physically seeing, but there is no physical seeing involved in this Atma. Atma must be known. You have to know yourself. That is why Atma Bodha. So if you look at shloka number 2, right there Shankaracharya drops this thing. He doesn't keep it a secret. He says, Bodhonyas. I hope you have the shlokas, right? You're going back to shloka number 2. All right. Bodhonya sadhanebhyo hi sakshan mokshaika sadhanam. Hey, he says sakshat moksha sadhanam. There is only one categorical means for moksha. Categorically, there is only one means. What is that? Bodhaha anya sadhanebhyo hi. Among all sadhanas available to human beings, bodhaha eva, bodhaha hi. There's only one thing. Knowledge alone leads to moksha. Okay, he says that. So, pakasya vanniva jnanam vina moksho na siddhyati. He just puts that in the negative form. Vina jnanam, jnanam vina, without knowledge of what? Knowledge of Atma, of course. Jnanam vina moksha na siddhyati. Moksha ka siddh nahi ho sakega. That's what he's saying. Moksha can't be gained. So he puts it positive and negative, both he says, so that it leaves no room for you. No room for any interpretation, and any wiggle room is not there. Why? Because the problem is like that. Problem is ignorance, so solution has to be knowledge. That's the way to look at this. So drashtavyaha. This is what you have to know: who you are. Who am I? This famous "who am I" comes from all these things, from Yajnavalkya and so forth. It comes down to us, and therefore, if you look at this Atmabodha, at least I said teaching is over almost. Within the shloka, 33 teaching is over. Bhagavad Gita and all 700 plus shlokas. It will take years for us to study. We took so many years to study. But here it is easy to look at this. We have only 30 to really look at what exactly is being said. And if you carefully look at it, there is not one piece of advice that Shankara is giving in these 30 shlokas. One piece of advice. What is the meaning of advice? Get up every morning and do dhyanam for 15 minutes. We are looking for tips and advice, right? People should tell us what I should do. And not a single piece of advice. Let's go through that, okay? Briefly, let's go through that. You saw the second shloka. Other than knowledge, no moksha. Avirodhityaya karma. Hey, why karma? Hey, I thought you are going to ask me to do something. No, karma is not opposed to ignorance, because ignorance is the problem. No amount of action can remove your ignorance. That is your third shloka. And so tejas timira sankavat. Because if the room is dark, there's only one way out, and the only way out is to bring light into the room. That's the only way. And likewise, ignorance, knowledge. That's what he says there. And so parichinna iva ajnanat tannashe sati kevalaha. And then he gives more about what is this ajnanam. What does it do to us? He talks like that. Then look at this. Ajnana kalusham jivam. Again he talks about ajnanam. Jiva is born of ajnanam, he says. All these technical details he's giving. Samsaraha swapnatulyohi. This life is no different than a dream. Like that he says. Okay, again description only. And then I'm looking for advice. Tavat satyam jagat bhati. As long as you think this world is real, then you will keep on thinking it is real, absolutely real, and this won't end at all. Like that he says. Example again given. Satchidananda Atmani anusyute nitye Vishnu prakalpitaha. The whole world, including my own life, including my body, mind, sense complex, is projected on Satchidananda Atmani. Okay? Like that he says there. Projection. Now he talks about projection. Okay? Like what? Hatake, kataka, divate. Like any ornaments you have, it is all projected on gold. Gold only is there, really speaking. Like that he gives some ideas by giving examples. Then like this you keep going. Then he talks about jati, varna, ashramadaya. He talks about ashrama dharma, which is also, is he describing these dharmas and tell what is my duty as a brahmachari, what is my duty as a grahastha, like that he's talking? No, he doesn't say all that. He says nanopadi vashad eva jati varnashramadaya. These are all upadis, he says, forcing us to understand what this idea of upadhi, because there is real, everything is real. People are real, you are real, I am real, there is transactions going on. The whole world is buzzing with activity. Okay. And just in case we people sleep a bit longer, these peacocks are there here. They remind us 5:30 peacocks. Really, here peacock. And crows are there. I hear crows here also. Crows are there. And so they remind us. So they also active, we are also active. And so this whole thing is going on, and you're saying it's Shakra is saying, he's not saying it's all non-existent. He says they're all projections. Okay, all that he's talking, he's saying, then Panchakosha he talks, then Shariratrayam he talks about. Okay, but not a single piece of advice. I've come here to get moksha. And you are going on telling me so many things which without knowing anything also, I'm leading a life. Now, after this, knowing all this, also my life continues. And not one piece of advice, correct? One piece of advice is not there. That is Atmabodha. Welcome to Atmabodha. That is why our acharyas will always say, don't start this journey by reading books. Now you understand why? Why? Because my mindset is I'm looking for some advice because I respect this Swami so much. I'm reading that Swami's book and I'm expecting advice. What should I do? About how should I reorganize my life? Nothing. Not a single word. How to reprioritize my life? No. Nothing. Nothing. That's why because they say don't read books because I'm looking at the book with a particular mindset, and you will just start wildly interpreting stuff and trying to interpret things that really doesn't exist there. Why? Because aviroditaya karma. Go back to third shloka. Aviroditaya karma na vidyam vinivartayet. That karma cannot remove the ignorance that has caused my life. And so that jnanam is such an important thing for us. Therefore, our Yajnavalkya tells Maitreyi, Shrotavyaha. Correct? Now you understand Shrotavya. He doesn't say Patitavyaha, etc. They don't use this. Pat word is not there in our Vedanta at all. There's so much pat outside Vedanta, including Sanskrit and all that. Lot of pat is there. Okay. And of course, Vedanta Patanam is very much there. But after you get the idea first. Shrotavya, listen. Only then the mind will get deconditioned. Because the mindset has to change. The paradigm has to shift. And so, Shrotavya. So the entire, all the set of shlokas until now, okay, is all Shravanam only. Shravanam, listening, hoping that the mindset is changing. And so, earlier we saw two shlokas. Amanastvat, then Dehanyatvat. Okay. So, Lala, the Shravanam till shloka number 31, Tikakara say that. Till shloka number Avidyakam Shariradi Drishyam. 31. Till there, Shravanam, then Mananam. Mananam is what? Once I begin to understand, then a lot of questions will start coming. A lot of questions. Clarification of those questions is Mananam, which Tikakaras here say is shloka 33 and 32, just two shlokas. Even though a lot of Mananam keeps happening, a lot of deliberation, debate, questions and answers, clarifications, everything happens along the way. Teaching will always be like that. And so Shravanam and Mananam completed until shloka number 33, until that previous shloka. Now we are entering shloka number 34, and Tikakara doesn't say it, but Paramarthanandaji says now Nididhyasanam starts. Nididhyasanam. Shrotavyah, mantavyah, nididhyasitavyah. Because now student is saying asmi, aham nirguṇah asmi, aham niṣkriyo asmi, aham nityah asmi. Like that, asmi, 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 he's saying. He or she. The student is responding to the teacher. Teacher said Tattvamasi, you are that. The student says aham brahma asmi, aham nityah asmi, aham nirguṇah asmi, aham niṣkriyah asmi, aham nirākāro asmi, etc. He's going to say. All right. So this question of Nididhyasanam comes. By now, once the Shravanam it is heard, the subject is heard, and all doubts are cleared, the person is a Mukta Purushaha. Mukta Purushaha means there is nothing more to be done. Krita Krityaha. Krishna also says that. And so, but then, Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Yajnavalkya adds one more Tavya. Tavya is must be done, must be done. Nididhyasitavyaha. Dhyai. The root is dhyai. Okay. Dhyai means dhyanam. The word dhyanam comes from the root dhyai. I'm audible, no? Yeah, good. Thanks to these laptops which have batteries. So dhyai. Dhyanam comes from the root dhyai. 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 That is the dhatu. Okay. Dhyai. Chintayam. Dhatu Pata will say Chintayam. Chintayam means what? Whenever you want to express some kind of thought process, Chinta. Chinta is thinking, then you should use the root Dhyai. Okay? Dhyayati, etc. Dhyayati. The person is thinking. Dhyanam. Thinking. Dhyanam also thinking only. But then, repeated dhyanam, that repetition, if you want to express, then that ni is added. Ni is added in front of dhyai dhatu, prefix ni, and there is another a desire to think about something repeatedly. The desire is there. So there is a pratyaya in Sanskrit called san pratyaya. Sun. Sun is what? How do you say it? S-U-N. Sun. That sun means it will become a desire for doing the thinking repeatedly. I hope I'm clear there. So ni plus dhyai plus sun, these are all technical, okay? But I want you to understand because we are now getting into that. Ni dhyai sun. And then one more pratyaya is there. Lut like that, one pratyaya. Don't worry about all that. So repeated, a desire for repeated thinking is called Nididhyasanam. Got it? A desire, sun, for repeated ni, nitaram. Ni stands for nitaram. Repeated dhyai, chintayam. Repeated dhyanam. I mean, repeated thinking, let's say. Repeated chinta. That is why our acharyas will joke. They say, nobody can claim that I don't know dhyanam. Why? Because chinta asti eva. Constantly I'm worrying about something or the other, right? That is there. Chinta is there. So you are used to thinking. We're all used to thinking a lot, in fact. Thinking about the same thing again and again also. Repeated also is there. That's what we call, I'm worried. What happened to you? No, I don't know. Something is, I don't know how these things are going to work out. Okay. So repeated thinking is going on. So that is the root. That is how this particular word Nididhyasanam comes. Okay. All right. Once knowledge has been gained, Rajju Sarpavat, like if somebody says, hey, that's rope, that's not snake, then immediately gone. Ajnanam is gone about that rope, and what I see is snake. Beyond that, there is nothing for me to do. I don't have to sit and meditate on the rope. Nor do I have to tell myself it is not the snake, it is not the snake, it is not the snake, etc. I don't have to do all that because knowledge is gained. But here, it is not that straightforward because our experience is there. What is the experience? I know it, I got it, but I am not experiencing the benefits of this knowledge. I am the same old person with the same old fears, same old frustrations, same old anxieties, and same old fear of insecurity. It's all there. I have everything exactly like it was before I even heard of Advaita Vedanta, before I even heard Swamiji's talks. Today also I am like that. After years of study, so that feeling can be there. Feeling can be there, okay? Can be there. It's a common experience. And the reason for that is that emotional person that we all are, that emotional baggage and emotional entanglement, emotionally, we might be children. We might have not completely grown up. That emotional half of us, if I can use the word half, every human being has the, what is it, right brain and left brain. Okay, I don't know if it's applicable here, but anyway, the emotional part of us, which is which is supposed to grow along with us as the body physically grows, the emotional person inside that physical body also should grow to become emotionally grounded people. A person should be emotionally grounded. Unfortunately, that does not happen automatically like the physical growth happens automatically. Physical growth is automatic. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can make it faster. Nothing. Some nutrition, etc. All that food and all should be taken. That's all. After that, it keeps growing. And after some point, you're called an adult, and then whatever happens, happens. That's automatic. Automatic. But then there is the other half of this human being, and not the animal. A human being only it applies to, and that's called emotional growth. Emotional growth requires the person to take initiative. The person has to assess that himself or herself and then ask themselves, am I emotionally okay? They don't talk about it. I've never heard a single lecture in my throughout in the school or college or wherever until I went to the company, and then until I started studying this Shastram only, then they talked about it. And the whole assessment of, our own emotional selves, is my emotional imbalance, is it manifesting as anger, is it manifesting as craving for company, craving for so many things. This craving is a problem. I'm insecure, therefore I crave for security. I'm insecure because I'm needy. I'm a needy person. I need people, I need this, I need that. Emotional needs, I mean, not physical needs. Food, shelter, and clothing needed everybody. That's not taken, that's not here. So this kind of that emotional self-evaluation and emotional self-assessment and then dealing with the problems. That marriage is supposed to address that problem. See that if you ask about, somebody were to ask you, auntie or uncle, what is the purpose of marriage? What will you say? What will you say? As parents, as adults, as people who know a lot, what will you say? To have children, you have marriage. Okay, that doesn't sound convincing to me. Doesn't sound convincing. But there is that emotional growth that two people need. A person needs only one other person in this entire universe to say that I love you and I accept you the way you are. You are fine. We need to hear this. You are fine. When somebody says you are fine, that makes me feel good. That's all. One human being needs to say to the other human being, you are fine. I like you. I love you. That's it. That does wonders. That does wonders. I heard Swamiji's talk long ago about marriage. I'm recalling that. And this is how he presented it. And that one person is enough for me to just stand up in the community and say, yeah, I'm fine. All my problems are there, but I'm still fine. I will find a way out. We will together find a way out. Okay. Therefore, that is supposed to make me. Previously, I was seeking approval from everybody, from family members onwards, from my company I go, and there also I need to seek approval from everybody. So unfortunately, that's how the system there is. And I have to prove myself. I have to prove myself. Look at that. Everywhere I have to prove myself. But then emotionally, do I have to prove myself? Okay. Then that becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. And that's what in companies they realized it long ago, and they keep talking about this EQ, emotional intelligence quotient, or they used to use those words. I'm out of touch with that lingo right now, but emotional intelligence, I think they talk about. Means at some point, these managers and directors and VPs, they are now leading people. They need not be technically great. They need to handle conflicts. Conflicts. They need to deal with employees who are having all kinds of issues. How do you manage them? They need to deal with all the strikes and all that. Bigger CEO means they have to know how to manage. If suddenly the employees will strike work, then what? Do you know how to negotiate? Are you going to panic and run away, resign and run away? So they look for all these things. That kind of leader, that is the emotional intelligence. Are you able to stand in front of a group of 10,000 employees and talk to them? That's a different skill set. But point is, that's emotional maturity is reflected in those kinds of situations. All right. This Shastram, there is no shortcut. That emotional growth has to happen in the person. If that growth has not happened, that child in me, as Swamiji would say, there is always a child in me seeking attention constantly, craving, and it will prevent me from just enjoying life itself. Life, forget Vedanta and all. Just proper enjoyment of life is not possible. The child is just seeking attention. And it makes me shout at others. It makes me do all kinds of stuff. Suddenly I'm afraid. For no reason I'm afraid. These kinds of things happen all the time. So all this kachada, all this muck that is there inside has to come out. Somehow it has to come out. Okay. Now, what does our Shastram say about how to get this dirt out of us? Well, all this ashrama dharma and all is meant for that. It's meant for that. Worst case, I have missed out everything, and Guru is waiting. Guru. That is why for us in our lives, Guru is such an important thing. The only person with whom we can honestly communicate, and that person who is listening to us should not judge us. Correct? I've told this to many people, but then they will then immediately judge me. You should not be like this. Hey, I'm telling you, I am like this. You are telling me you should not be like this. I don't know how not to be like this. That's it. The conversation after that is useless. And they start fighting now after. I'm trying to pour my heart out. And you, instead of listening and commiserating with me and being empathetic with me, and then you start scolding me. Gone. There's no. But therapy, Puja Swamiji used to say, those days, uh, see, nobody's marriage is perfect and all that. Every marriage is a problem. And so the women will talk to each other. After all the men have gone to office, they will talk to this guy is like this guy is like this. She doesn't do. Keep on talking from 9 to 10 to 11. Just while cooking will be going on inside, but talking and then therapy is over. Daily therapy is happening for these women, it seems. And so they are okay. At the end of the day, they are okay. They do whatever they have to do. And shout at home, this, and then again, okay. Okay. Why? Because therapy is happening. You have people to talk to every day. And now in the nuclear families, it's all building up. Volcano is building up. And then we have no way to, we can only shout at each other. The two people can only shout at each other. There's nobody else left. So, why we are saying all these things? That emotional entanglement is what prevents me from experiencing the benefit of Atmabodha. This is what we are saying. Swamiji Paramatmanandaji says, some students will come and say, it's a joke. And so I know everything, Swamiji. And I can even teach very well. And now what happened? My students are getting enlightened. I am the one who's suffering because I don't know. Something is wrong with me. My students are enlightened. What about you? After the class, I have to just beat my head against the wall and then just fight. Why am I like this? This kind of stuff. So that happens sometimes, possibly. That is why, look at all this. Look at how we are able to connect. That is why a sannyasi, oftentimes we find sannyasis also shouting at people, angry at people and all. We have a particular idea of a sannyasi. Oh, they're all equal to gods for us. They're all devatas. They're Swami for us. They're Swami. Their name also is Swami. And Swami means they have a particular way of relating to us. And when a Swami shouts at people and all that, then you get taken aback. First time when I saw this, I was just shocked because it breaks, the trust and the image you have of the person gone. Completely shattered. And then I understood that, hey, this sannyasa also is given for what? To go sit in a corner and work through your problems. Go back. Even for a sannyasi, is also a human being after all. They also have to, if they have missed the boat, then now is the time. Now is a great time because now you don't have any responsibilities per se, and do your dhyanam and do your studies, and Shravanam itself is Nididhyasanam. Do your dhyanam. Think through all the things. If it is really there's emotional problems, go back and look into what are the past traumas and other things that have impacted you. If your parents have not treated you properly, then you just bring it all into your consciousness, because what the mind does is it pushes all the what do you call that, all the unpleasant things into the subconscious. Pushes, that is what the subconscious is, and it is now what they call unconscious. I may not be using the proper language of psychology, but the child sees the caregiver, parent, one of the parent just passing away in front of his or her eyes. When a child doesn't know what's going on, and 5 years old, then what happens? The system just protects the child by pushing that memory inside the subconscious. So it doesn't become aware of it. So it will cry and all that. But then if you show some toys and all this to the child will begin smiling and all. And how the child can smile when the parent has just passed away 2 days ago? Not possible. Not possible. How? But the child will still smile. You know why? Because the child's that memory is pushed back. For the moment, pushed back. Correct? For the moment, it's as though the child has forgotten that the mother has passed away. Otherwise, the child will collapse. So, back, pushed back, pushed back. Like this, lot of things are pushed back as a child. If the child had a good childhood, then no problem. Then all the crying and everything has happened, and all the pressure has been released, and the child is growing normally. Good role modeling is there also. Fantastic. Good role modeling by parents, nothing like it for the child. Nothing like it. We think of IIT education and all that. No, not at all. Not at all. You look at all the things that are happening. That emotional maturity is critical. And never too late to work on ourselves. Never too late. Really, I'm telling you. Until I heard Swamiji, and then these corporations, they will have all these motivational speeches and all that. Then one person came and he was so inspiring, and there was some book about how to assess yourself, ABCD, multiple choice and all, and you could rate yourself and you could do all this. I said, my God, this is what I needed. This is what I needed all along. If I had it 10 years ago, then I could have worked on it. Then you just do something, whatever. It's a very tricky subject. Tricky subject. Only the person who's ready for all this can really work on themselves. You can't tell somebody you're angry all the time. Go to the anger management course. Sign up. You can't say that. Then they will start shouting at you. Who are you to tell me I'm angry? A big fight will happen. You can't do all this. So, point here is that self-growth is required. Emotional growth is required. And for those of all of us need emotionally, we are not 100% sound. Everybody, including sannyasis, I told you. Because this is knowledge and this is the intellectual half that is working on it, and that is able to process. There is enough education we have. So we can understand what somebody is talking about. And so it's not a big deal. Advaita is not a big deal because it's knowledge and it is open to anybody. And no special background is required. No special degree is required to listen to all these things. And so knowledge takes place. But the child in me will stop me from just nag. It will nag me. I nag myself, basically, in other words. And if the wanting child is there. So I have to console that child. I have to grieve. They'll say, grieve all the past traumas. Correct? Grieve all the past traumas. Very interesting. I have to grieve means that sadness that was there has to be expressed somehow. Catharsis, cry it out. Cry it out. So important these things are. And so, Nididhyasana is technically not required. But for the person who has to process all these things, that person needs this Nididhyasana. And so Nididhyasana means what? This, look at the shloka. Aham nirguṇah, aham niṣkriyo. Very interesting. They don't talk about all this psychology. That much psychology they don't talk about. Modern psychology is very advanced about these things. And they try to connect today's experiences and symptoms with the past. The psychologists will help us go to the past and say, these are the things that you told me. It looks like that has had a severe impact on you. and you have not yet come to terms with this death, or with your father, or with your mother, or with your brother, sister, whatever, friends in school, maybe they did something to you, and you have not come to terms with that. Like that, they can give some clues and they can give some solutions. But here in our Shastram, they don't talk like that. Pujya Swamiji will say the modern psychology shifts blame to somebody else. Shifts the blame. Because your parents were like this, you are like that. So now I will have a fight with my parents. And the parents are shocked. Hey, this guy where is he getting all this from? I tried my best, and he says, you didn't take care of myself, you did this, you shouted, you did not give me, you took care of my younger brother, but you don't take care of me. All these problems will start coming. So anyway, every psychology has its role. And but our Shastram doesn't do all that. Shastram says it talks about Sharanagati. Sharanagati. Sharanagati is such an important thing. Bhagavan will take care of my problems. Like that is a common. Ishwar dekh lega sab. Parameshwar. Sri Krishna. Devi will take care of everything. It means surrendering. I have problems, I cry it out to my Ishtadevata. That's wonders. That's it. That's all that is needed. And so here also, Nididhyasanam, that section that we are entering, is meant to neutralize those emotional gridlocks that are there in me, which prevent me from really benefiting from this knowledge. Therefore, Nididhyasanam is not meant for producing knowledge. Look at that. Underline that statement. Nididhyasanam is not meant for gaining Atmabodha. What is it meant for then? It is meant for Atmabodha Phala Anubhavaha. What is the benefit of self-knowledge? If somebody asks, what will you say? That benefit. Aham purnoham, asangoham. These are the statements used by Vedanta. But in my life, daily life, do I really feel it? Purnaha aham. I must be able to say it and mean it and own it up. Okay. So to get to that point, this Nididhyasanam is recommended. So that is the section. Some another 3, 4, 5 shlokas are there, which Shankaracharya is talking about. And in Viveka Chudamani also, parallelly, very unusually, we are going to enter that Nididhyasanam section. And Prasadji chanted some of those shlokas on Guru Purnima day. That set of shlokas, we are coming now. It is not there in the 108 list, in the list of 108 shlokas. Those shlokas are not there. Because Shankaracharya has put some 150 shlokas on Nididhyasana. 150. So they assume we are all adhikaris, Adhikari means Uttamadhikari. Shama, Dhamma, Shatka, Sampatti, everything is there. Viveka, Vairagya, Mumukshutvam, everything is there. Then for an adhikari, no need for Nididhyasana. In theory. But then that among the adhikaritvam also, Shama, Dhamma, Shama, Dhamma, and then Titiksha, Upariti, Shraddha, Samadhanam. All these things are there. 6. That is so critical. Shama means mastery of the mind. If my person's mind is always an approval seeking mind, then that is not mastery of the mind. Correct? Constantly seeking approval, emotionally seeking approval. Means my mind is I can never be happy with myself. Because I'm not a moment, there is not one moment where I don't have to seek anybody's approval. Just to be who I am, that's all. And so Shama, look at that. Anger, all that comes under Shama only. Anger. Anger. Am I in control of myself? Or anybody pushes some button and then I burst. Button. They say buttons, pushing the buttons. I don't know where that phrase comes from.
The remote by others.
Oh, that the button? Okay. Oh, I see. All right.
Controlled
Remote
by
button.
the world. World is controlling you by the remote.
Remote. Yeah, exactly. Button. There you go. That is what it is. Pushing the buttons. And so many remotes are pointing at me, correct? So many remotes are pointing at me. And everybody has their own buttons. No, Shama is the opposite of that. You can show any number of buttons at me, but I'm there to help you. I'm there to, I don't have anything against you. Nothing. Swamiji makes even bold statements. He says, the person craves for, affection, love, moral support. He uses all these words, craving for security. He says all of them must completely go. This looks very theoretical. All of them must completely go. And he says, whether people support me or not, love me or not, I don't require love from anyone. Very idealistic it looks like. But that is the purpose of Shastra. Atma is Purnaha means what? That idea should manifest in me. Whether people like me or don't like me, I'm okay. I'm not overly affected by these things. And so that Purnatvam, Aham Purnaha, I have to discover that Purnatvam in myself. So despite Advaita Vedanta just waiting, it is waiting for me. But despite all the things that I've been exposed to, this emotional baggage will stop me from gaining the benefits of Atmabodha. Right? That much we understand. And he says all expectations should stop from wife, from children, from husband, from parents, from government, from neighbors, from everyone, from Guru also. I'm reading that. All expectations must stop. Good. Challenge. We need a challenge. Life is boring otherwise, right? We need a challenge. And in this case, we are improving ourselves. And so it's a good challenge to have. Can I ever tell myself that I don't have any expectations of anybody? In our classes and all, so many activities are going on. Courses are going on in one side. Seva activity is going on another side. Compliance, trust means compliance. IT compliance is there. That is, accounts have to be maintained. Everything has to be done properly because constantly this the IT annual filing is there. So we are running so much. So many sevaks are doing so much work. Okay, can I say I don't have any expectations? You ask the sevaks, they will tell stories. They'll tell stories. I don't know. Hopefully, they are good stories. I have to prod trustees also. Srinivasanji and Sunita also have to keep prodding. This happened or that happened. What happened? No, I'm busy with this. Now I have to deal with that. Hey, you are a trustee. You're responsible for all these things. Okay, I'll do it in a couple of days. So can I say I don't have any expectations? Am I bound by these things? This is what we have to ask. In a laukika, in vyavahara, there is constantly give and take. Give and take will never stop. Never stop. In the ashram, suppose you are in the ashram, you are a sannyasi and sitting in the ashram. You're going to so many ashrams. You have to have food. You go to the dining hall. Somebody is always dropping milk or tea when they take tea. A responsible person you are, will you tell them proper advice or not? No, take this. There is another in Tamil Nadu. They have something called davara. Davara means this. There is a bigger cup on which this tumbler will stand. Why don't you use this? This way, when you're walking, your cup is full of tea. You like to have a lot of tea. I know that, and so it's falling down. You take this one, and that way you won't spill. Will you say it or not? Yeah, a responsible sannyasi should say it. Now that person has expectations from him or not? No, not expectation. That person is just doing their dharma. So like that, the mindset has to change. So that is why these shlokas are there. And so if I'm craving for company, then the nididhyasanam should neutralize my craving for company. Okay. I should say asangoham. I should think of asangoham. Atma is asangaha. Atma is not attached to anything. So why am I craving company all the time? Okay. That's the nididhyasana. Nididhyasana means what? Asangoham. Asangoham. Asangoham punah punaha. Remind myself that I am asangaha. I studied it before. Now it's time. The time has come for me to own it up. And asangoham. And so I sit for 10 minutes with asangoham mantra. Then it will slowly dissolve that subconsciousness. No, that subconscious in me that craves for company. And slowly I will become more normal. I will become normal. Advaita Vedanta, that's what Swamiji says. It will make normal people of us. We have to be normal. That normalcy is what we're looking for. Of course, Advaita goes all the way. Talks about Atma being Brahman, and Brahman is the cause of the world. And if Atma is Brahman, Atma is the cause of the world. And if Atma is the cause of the world, I can say, I am the cause of the world. Jagat Karanam. Only I am the cause of the world. There's nothing else that is the cause of the world. Like that, I can make that statement. So, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It challenges us all the way through. So we will continue this discussion. I have to step out here. Our caregiver is leaving shortly, so I need to take care of a few things. But that's the role of nididhyasana. What did we say? Shrotavyaha, mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha. Correct? These are the three tavyas that Yajnavalkya used to Maitreyi. And so Shrotavyaha, Shravanam Kuru, Mantavyaha, Mananam Kuru, or Mananam Kartavyam. Resolve all the doubts you have. Because if something is truth, if Aham Purnaha is the truth, then I must be able to prove it. I must means the teacher must be able to prove it. And so if somebody is not clear about it, the doubts must be clarified. Truth cannot go hand in hand with doubt. Truth should eliminate doubts. So that elimination of doubts is mananam. That also we keep doing it all the time. Okay. And then Nididhyasanam is waiting for us. So we will see more about what this Nididhyasanam is in the next class. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk about one more thing. Okay, I'll do that next class. Good. So we'll pause with that for today. Okay. आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ